being with them. And that's the one thing I can say that all ABA therapists should have is a heart to help, and that's definitely, I feel like one of my biggest qualities. But, you know, I'm sorry, I lost what I was saying.
Look, it's very real. I need y'all to realize we on here. This ain't no pre-tape show. We're talking real and live.
This is live. This is live.
So,
but working in this community has made me appreciate a lot of things. Like I said, two of my children, I told you guys, two of my children are on IEPs. And neither of them have autism, but we deal with different things. And some, have some, very similar qualities, to autism. So I'm like, I can only imagine, going home, and this being your life, 24/7. So, like I said, you guys are the real MVPs to me, but it definitely makes me appreciate a lot about life.
Yes, appreciate you.
Well, let me ask you this. What was the one thing that got, because you were an ABA, so what's the one thing that got you into, bringing it into the school system?
Yes.
The same little girl who didn't like the loud talking, she, and I mean, I had other clients as well, but she's one that sticks out to me a lot because she has such a great story. Her teacher used to, in the classroom, of course, it's, a classroom full of kids, and she had this thing where she would just back up into a corner and they would just let her stay in that corner. And I'm like, that's not functional. And like, what are they doing in the school systems, for these kids? I'm like, aside from being a single mother of four and it being a good career change for me, I'm like, I'm taking what I have, and I'm going to help my babies, because even though I have four, they all mine,
Right.
It's like, and like I said, once, I don't know if you guys are going to ask this next, but once getting into the school system is different, it's not as easy as the one-on-one therapy, and being on both sides, I realized we all need each other. It's a village. It takes a village, and definitely with a kid, with autism, it takes parents, it takes, ABA, it takes a school teacher, it takes speech, OT, everything your child needs.
Right. Absolutely. So, I mean, as a parent, going into this, because this is our 10, no, he's 13 now. I'm still so stuck on it.
You have a 13-year-old, a 10-year-old,
and a 5-year-old.
You have to remind everyone.
I know, he does. He also has to remind me of my age every so often. I always think I'm younger
with you.
How old am I? And he's like, girl, stop playing. You are X, Y, and Z. But anyway, that's a different day, different topic. So our son is new. He's what is it? Middle school.
Middle school, yeah.
He said junior. We ain't there yet. He's 6th grade. He's in the 6th grade. Do you feel now that you are in the education system that there are some things that the parents may lack? Like, do you feel like you get the support that you need from the parents, or not to put you in any type of hot water, but because I want to know, as being a parent, I can say that. So I'm going to speak for myself as a parent, me and my husband. But I feel like since the pandemic stopped, a lot of the support has kind of digressed. I would say for myself, because they don't allow as much parent participation inside. Am I correct?
Right. You're right.
So do you feel like there are certain things we as parents can do to kind of help us kind of mesh well together?
Communication, is the best thing, I thankfully this year, I have good relationships with all of my parents. And I really truly feel like each and every one of my parents that I, speak to, they, give me good feedback. They support me. And that's no matter what. If I say we need snacks in the classroom, we get snacks in the classroom, anything. Right. But definitely when it comes to their child's growth, I feel like everybody's interested, in their child and what their child does. And that's, that's a part of the team. That's, what every child needs, for growth is a team.
Absolutely.
True. So what type of like say for instance, like with the school system behind the scenes, like say for instance, not to say what are some of the pushbacks, or I mean, what do you feel like could be better? I mean, do you feel like there should be some more things implemented into the
Resources.
school system?
Mm.
Resources. That's one of the things. In ABA, we had a lot of supplies. You know, we had every child had their own individual box, you know, that we worked out of. And the school, not to say that the school system doesn't provide anything, they provide a lot of stuff. But, you know, when it comes to like individualized stuff, especially if you have like a nonverbal student, it takes a lot of time, you know, to create those material and stuff like that. But in ABA therapy, we had somebody, or when we didn't have a client, we would make those materials. But it's just more so like the resources, you know, for me.
Okay.
That's the one thing that I can say.
Okay.
Okay. So go ahead.
So what I was going to ask next was, you know, do you believe that everyone should have, everyone that's like on the spectrum should have a form of ABA therapy, or just some select a few? What should we be looking for to show us that we need to put our child into ABA? That's what I'm asking.
I feel ABA benefits early intervention, you know, is, you know, best, like, you know, started early. And I'm not going to say every, you know, I can't, you know, I don't have the authority or whatever to say that, you know, every child needs, you know, ABA therapy, because you can have great parents, you know, that can, you know, help you get to where you need to be. But I think it's beneficial. And I mean, I would suggest it to anybody who has a child that has autism. Now, I know it's much easier to be an ABA therapist in a clinic or with somebody else's child at home. I don't know if it works so that well for me, you know, doing ABA therapy on my own children, but it works. I mean, I definitely do. I mean, honestly, okay, I do take that back, because my my now 6-year-old, when she was about maybe 3, she had trouble with colors, and I panicked. I'm like, oh my God, my child doesn't know her colors. So we started doing ABA with colors, and she got it, you know, quick.